2, 3. Hi everybody.
Happy Wednesday.
Welcome back to another edition of Wine Down Wednesday. Made it through the hurricane unscathed.
There's another one coming.
That was last Wednesday. So
yeah,
supposedly there's another one coming that's supposed to be like really massive, but we'll see. It's a long way to go before it actually, these things have a tendency to kind of veer off in every different direction. But boy, you had a really busy day today.
Oh my God. Talk about full throttle. From 6 a.m. till just now, I'm just done with work. Here I am.
I had a really busy day today, just like constantly nonstop. It's always like a 3-ring circus, trying to get kids to finish one thing and getting other kids started on something else. Don't you love that?
It's good. That is good.
When it was nice that when I made that batch that it did make a lot, so then it's like several other times that I don't have to cook something else.
Ooh.
We can just keep pulling from that.
Ooh,
He's talking about a buffalo chicken dip that we have.
We didn't talk about that last week, did we? What are you gonna pour?
Yeah, of course. So tonight we have a couple of really great wines for you from a few different international regions from around the world. We're going to start off with
her favorite rosé.
I love rosé. It's 2021 Legato Rosé, and this is from Chile.
Chile.
Yes. So apparently it's really widely known for this particular type of wine in this region. There's a lot of people that really. Because we did a gamut all the way through a lot of the different rosés, so we probably have done this within the last 4 to 5 months. But
we should do a rosé off.
Circling back around.
We should do a rosé off.
What
Two rosés competing.
Oh, okay, like a little competition.
Yeah, like
between them. Okay.
We'll hold down.
So, well, I know we have done some comparisons, especially like if it's the same label, the same type of wine, but different vintages. We have done that before.
We could.
So,
and Legato makes different blends.
Yep, that would be fun. Okay, so this is $25 a bottle. Anything that you're getting right off the bat? This is actually a blend of a lot of different grapes. Yeah.
Well, again, here's the thing. It's not as hot out here tonight as 2-3 weeks ago we did the video out here. But as the wine starts to come to room temperature, I love the taste. I would not like it room temperature at all. I would not like it fully chilled. I love it when it's the bottle's sweat. Yes, I love it.
Oh, I really like this one.
Yeah.
I love rosés, but I really
like
love this one.
Fully chilled though.
No, because it kind of mutes the flavors a little bit. So this is actually a blend of 37% Cabernet Sauvignon, which typically is a darker, drier wine. 15% Carmenere, 14% Syrah, 13% Merlot, 9% Malbec, 7% Petit Verdot, and 5% Pinot Noir. Now you would say, holy cow, that's a lot of different grapes. Why in the world did they have to put so many grapes in this blend?
How should you pronounce that word wrong?
Probably, but I don't think anybody else knows how to pronounce it correctly either. So we're just going to go with that.
Right.
So we're going to get to that explanation about why so many grapes in this blend. Again, you'll notice a lot of these grapes are typically ones you would see in a red variety. But again, it's all about the fermentation process and how long they leave the skins in with the grape while it's going through the process before that's removed to give it this lighter color.
Right.
In a kind of rosé.
Well, that was our audition of cauliflower pizza. The microwave doesn't do it justice.
No, it's really kind of soggy now, but I'm sure it still tastes good.
Yeah.
It's
much sauce
crispy.
on it.
Yeah, I know, and lots of tasty cheese and vegetables.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, everybody was writing me because I'm Italian. It wasn't bad the other night. I mean, it was crispy. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for having pizza, but here's the kicker. Here's the fly. Here's the hair in the soup. It still has carbs.
Yeah. The crust has carbs because of other types of flour and things that has binding agents with the cauliflower.
Yes.
That kind of defeats the purpose.
So
live and learn.
Right. So if I'm going to make a flatbread, why not just make whole wheat regular flour, organic whole wheat regular flour?
Or like your friend said, just buy the cauliflower and make the crust yourself.
That's too much work. Well, I'll make a whole wheat flour for us.
Okay.
And you'll like it.
Yes. So this wine is described as fruity and crisp, with notes of strawberry, melon, clementine, and river rock minerality on the finish. That's what gives it a really nice, clean, smooth finish to it.
My darling Clementine.
So that sounds like a really like perfect spring and summertime wine, but it also says in the description this is great for serving with holidays. I mean, this a great sipping wine on its own, but you could really pair it with a lot of different things.
Yeah, definitely. It's up there on the scale of rosés for me. I probably said it in the other videos. This is definitely up there. I'm not a big rosé guy, but
Bringing the strawberries back. It's not necessarily strawberry season anymore here in Florida. I'm not quite sure where these strawberries came from. It's somewhere in the United States, but
these, yeah.
yes, nice and fresh. I opted for instead of the dried strawberries. Those have a little bit stronger taste to them, but I opted for the fresh strawberries.
I love it.
I know it goes perfectly with
I love it.
with this rosé.
I'm a hard-working man.
I know.
I work my
We're both
ass
working
off
really
today.
hard. I mean, my
She
goodness.
is too. She's got, it's just.
Whew, trying to get these kids, some of them are coming out of that COVID slump and are starting to get back into the routine and like turning stuff in, but some of those kids still just don't get it. No matter how many emails you send to the parents, hey, you can still turn this in, get this done, giving you extra time.
I think that most kids are resilient, but I think that like it's not even COVID. I think it's just there's laziness.
Yes.
There are kids that are just lazy.
But I noticed definitely during and after COVID, the laziness hit like an all-time high.
Well, because we programmed their little brains to be lazy, sit around the house, play video games, eat whenever they wanted.
And they were getting passed along anyway.
Right.
So, not a good example.
But, I will say this, that I didn't have to experience having kids during COVID. So, she did. I'm sure it wasn't fun.
Both of my kids were face-to-face though. I didn't let them stay home and do school online.
You had the option to.
Yes, we had the
But
option.
you forced them to go.
Right. Because they're only like half the kids were actually in school anyway, so the amount of kids in each class wasn't very high. They could still social distance and everything else, and it was fine. My kids made it through without any problems.
No, right.
So anyways, back to the wine. It says, if you consider yourself a fan of rosé, you are going to love our new vintage of Legato Rosé. Fresh, vibrant, and delicate. The flavors of red berries, watermelon, and hints of citrus swirl around a palate that is minerally and bright.
Definitely a little bit fruit forward. I'm with the different things I'm eating, of course.
But it's still really light. That's what makes it so great for
It is.
warmer temperatures outside.
Yeah.
It's not a heavy wine. Great for
You
just
can see the
sipping.
bottle sweating.
Oh, remember too, we said, sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we said, I saw that trick about if you get like an old-fashioned ice cube tray and you fill it with the wine and stick it in the freezer, the wine will start to freeze into ice cubes, or at least kind of like a slush sort of ice cube. And so if you know you're gonna be outside, chill the wine, but then you can add those like wine ice cubes back to the wine. It'll keep it colder for
Instead
a little
of
bit
adding
longer.
water ice cubes.
Correct. And
That's a good idea.
Then it won't get watered down.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So it says it pairs well with seafood, roasted turkey, and patio parties. I don't have any of that to pair with it, but I figured some of the different cheeses and veggies and things like that, because it is such a lighter wine.
Oh, we're having a patio party.
Just kind of gives you an idea of some different things you can pair it with. I was curious to try it with this buffalo chicken dip. So it's not overly spicy, but also being from Chile.
She added the Asian zing sauce to it.
I did, to give it that little bit of kick. I mean, it's perfect.
I love it.
It's not overpowering like when you just eat it straight with other stuff in the wine videos.
I absolutely love that.
So the Soil to Sip report for this wine, it says it's sourced from our partners at Etnico. This is one of my favorite vineyards. That was like one of my first wines that I ever tried from Scout and Cellar, the Etnico Pinot Noir.
You don't have any more.
They haven't been producing, there's a bubbly white, I think, that they still produce under their own label.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's kind of under mixed track and other different combinations of wines like the Legato that are using the grapes from the Etnico.
Now, this is 2021.
Yeah.
Is there a 2022?
I don't know. We'd have to go back and check. I think this is the only vintage that's out right now. And so grapes were selected from estate vineyards planted up to 10 years ago. Each grape variety was harvested at the optimal time for rosé production, with higher acidity and less ripeness than for a red wine. After a quick press to attain a light pink color, fermentation occurred over 2 to 3 weeks before blending and bottling under sustainable oak. So it's a pretty moderately priced, and for the amount of time that it took for the fermentation and bottling everything else, it really was a lengthy amount
Did
of
you
time.
say oak? This is an oaked wine?
Sustainable cork.
Oh.
No. It doesn't say stainless steel tanks or oak or whatever, but I'm guessing probably stainless steel. I don't taste any oakiness in this. So again, the tasting notes are strawberry, watermelon, clementine, and river rock. Pairs well with seafood, roasted turkey, patio parties. The only ingredients in this wine are grapes, yeast, and sulfites, and that's it. Nothing else goes into this wine. It's just, it's all the scientific process of getting that right blend of all these different grapes to achieve this particular taste.
It goes great with this stuff, honestly.
So it's 12.5% alcohol. It is 5.3 grams per liter of residual sugar, so on the higher end. But again, no added sugars. It's just the residual sugar from the fermentation process.
That's probably why it tastes good.
And it's 98 parts per milliliter of sulfite, so it's on the higher end. Most of the clean crafted wines are 100 or less. So something a little bit to play with. Kind of maybe drink this one in moderation if you find that you have an issue with getting headaches while you're drinking wine. That's typically caused by the sulfites. Sometimes it's the other, like store-bought wines, it's the other additives and stuff they put in there that can also cause you to have a headache. It's 103 calories per 5-ounce serving, 0 grams of fat, and 0.784 grams of carbs per 5-ounce serving. So pretty low in carbs as well.
Lower than beer.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more while
Yes,
I
you
do
have to
some
finish
tasting.
your wine.
Yes.
So here's the deal. It's fruit forward. It definitely is tasting better as it comes down in temperature, which obviously is warm out. Not that warm. Not crazy warm. We have the fan on too. But you know, it's interesting today. I met a person working, and they moved down here 4 years ago from Connecticut, and they're moving back.
To Connecticut, or
Yep.
are you just moving back up
They're
north?
moving back to Connecticut.
Okay. Do they still have family up there?
No, and their kids are like, one's in Seattle, one's in Austin, Texas.
Really?
Yes, and they're like spread out everywhere. They're moving back to Connecticut. And she told me, the woman told me tonight that she was unsure how she's going to handle the snow again. But yet she was horrified of the hurricanes. And I kept thinking,
It's just a little bit of wind
this is
and rain.
an oxymoron, this conversation. And I'm trying to work. I'm like, okay. And I'm trying to quickly get over here so we can do the video. And she's talking to me and she's dragging at me. And I'm like, okay, so you don't like the hurricanes, but you're not sure you're going to be able to adapt to snow again. Connecticut gets pounded with snow, trust me. They do.
Yeah, I think I would take the hurricanes over the snow.
She's been up in Syracuse, like, when it was really cold and nasty. I mean, like, horrible conditions. She was there, and trust me, would you rather have that or hurricanes?
Hurricanes, because that normally only lasts for about a day.
Right, I mean, and it was bad. But I worked hard today. I had a really, really, really good day today. Worked hard. Hard work pays off, let me tell you.
I have to distract the dog, sorry.
I know, you had to throw
She's trying to jump over onto the table to get our food. So, a little bit of spicy kick to it. I'm curious how that's going to taste with the lighter wine.
I think your parents would like this. You think they'd eat that?
I think so. You know, that would really be very good for them, too.
It would, it's healthy, you know?
With some fresh zucchini and squash. They recommend with this recipe that you actually cut the zucchini and squash real thin and bake them into like chips
This should be,
to dip it
we
with.
should make more of this. This should be a Friday night at Sun Creek regular for us.
A staple, I know, right?
Bring celery, bring veggies.
Right now, they've had a raspberry seltzer. They've had a bunch of different flavor ones. I don't know how they landed on snow cone now.
Gunnar said
But-
he shakes up the barrel and more flavor goes around the end. That's why it was bluer.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
She got the bottom of the barrel. So she got the bottom of the barrel. You go, this one's on the house. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
You gave me the bottom of the barrel.
well, still tasted good.
It was. We had a good time.
Yeah, Labor Day, we were sitting there hanging out, listening to our favorite local artist, happened to be there.
Hanging out with her parents, which we always have a great time with. And, good talk, good conversation. And my son moved back to New York. He took his whole family and moved back to upstate New York. And I wish him the best.
And a shocking turn of events. Very unexpected and very last minute.
Yes, and son, if you're watching, I wish you the best. I wish you well. I wish you guys well. I wish my grandkids well.
We hope that someday you end up landing back down here.
Yeah.
In the Central Florida area.
Yeah, and folks, let me just tell you, life has all kinds of twists and turns. And if you think you've seen it all, you have not seen it all. Trust me.
What is it you always say? God has a sense of humor.
God definitely has a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
When you ask him, and you ask him for something and he gives you the opposite, sometimes God plays tricks on you and he makes you go through trials and
Well, he has
tribulations.
something else in mind for you. You have an idea of what you want, but he has something else in mind for you.
Mm-hmm. But I still love him either way, so it doesn't matter. And I trust him. So whatever you got, bring it. And I think he intervened today in my life, but
Quite possibly, yes.
yeah.
So I'm going to come back to this and just say strawberries, some lighter flavors, but with the spicy buffalo chicken dip. This is really excellent with that,
This is
too.
really healthy for you, and this is a staple. We got to do this on Friday night.
Okay.
Because that could be dinner for us, honestly. You bring the vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
you could leave it at my house, or I could prepare it.
You have all the protein and everything with all the stuff that's in
You
the
need red
buffalo
meat.
chicken dip. And hey, if you're curious about the recipe, I
Tell her.
can post that on our Facebook post.
So,
If you're a member of our Clean Cork It page on Facebook.
join our Clean Cork It page on Facebook. Follow us. But let me tell you, so on a side note, my mother's car got stolen this week. Her 2021 or 2022 Toyota, what is it, Highlander?
I think it's the really big SUV, right?
Big SUV, you'd think with all the technology. It got stolen out of their driveway in Toronto.
They haven't been able to locate it?
She called me. I tried to get back in touch with her.
Oh, okay.
She's not responding, but apparently they woke up and it just was gone.
They looked out in the
Where's the
driveway
car?
and it was gone?
Yeah. Imagine looking at your car's gone. You're like,
Well, I was parking in the garage, but yeah, I would be livid
I mean,
if my car was gone.
if all the GPS and everything, they should be able to find the car,
Mhm.
right? I mean, it's like, so the insurance company apparently immediately got them into a rental.
They must have really good insurance.
They're Progressive.
Really? That's what I have.
That's what I have too. So Progressive, you did a good job. Took care of my mother. Like literally immediately.
Yeah.
We're calling the rental company. We'll get you a car immediately.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take care of it. So they have a car, and apparently they found another Highlander or whatever they've got, and they're going to buy it in Syracuse. But we will see. Whoever's watching this is my family. You can listen to what I'm saying, and you can talk to Grammy yourself.
Yeah. Get the whole story.
Or your mother. My brothers. My
Okay.
sister. So, ready to move on?
Yep. Okay, so next we are going to be trying the Cafico Sangiovese Reserve. There is a regular Sangiovese that's a little bit less expensive. The Reserve is a little bit more expensive. We'll probably be able to get some information on why that might be. So this is $34 a bottle.
Because
and
of the color.
Cafico is from Italy. This is an Italian wine. So as you can guess, goes really well with pasta and pizza and things like that.
And me.
So cauliflower, yes, with this Italian. So
I'm Italian.
yeah, we'll see.
She likes Italian now.
Well, I've always liked Italian. Well, my taste in men.
You never married an Italian.
No, I did not. No.
But you found one.
Yes.
God gave me to you.
Yes, the Italians are very romantic.
We are, and you can't.
You're a lover,
I am a lover, and you love it.
and I need that in my life.
You do need that. You need a man to love you. And I scratch her back at night. She loves it.
Oh, and he rubs the knots out of my shoulders.
Yes.
Man, I get so stressed and tense, and like he really works those knots
And
out.
she falls asleep like this. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking literally within seconds.
Definitely. All right, so this is described as earthy and bold. It's 100% Sangiovese, no blend.
Smoky.
You get smoky?
Real smoky.
See, we need something to kind of cleanse our palate a little bit after you want the rosemary cracker. Here, let me have a little piece of that. I've got to cleanse our palates a little bit after having all the other stuff with the rosé.
You know, it's funny when we publish these videos and play music. Sometimes we get censored because of the music that we're playing. Remember that?
Because you hear too much of the song in the background, yeah, and there's copyright.
But here's the thing. I'm paying for the service. This is what kills me. I'm an internet guy. I'm a web developer. I'm paying for the service. I'm paying for the stream. I'm paying for this. So why is it that you would censor me? Okay. Does the artist get anything out of this? No, they don't. They get well, yes, they do. The artist is making money from streaming this through Spotify. So don't censor us, YouTube.
Yeah.
Rumble doesn't censor us, but
Okay, so it says Brunello di Montalcino, Super Tuscan, Chianti Classico. These are the iconic wines of Tuscany that are found in the best sellers around the world, all made with Sangiovese. Our reserve Sangiovese from Cape Pico has stunning dried red fruits, Italian herbs, and layers of texture that put it right into a delicious conversation with all the greatest wines of Tuscany. The wine has elegance that makes it easy to pair with Florentine steak, but it's too stuffy. It isn't too stuffy for sipping alongside Tuesday night pizza either.
Smoky.
You can dress it up or you can dress it down. It's like your favorite little black dress. You can wear sandals
Smoky.
with it and a little denim jacket, or you can dress it up with your favorite black heels. You get smoky, really? Okay.
Well, would you meet me at our little Italian restaurant?
Italian restaurant? Yes.
The painting in my bedroom
Yes.
on the sidewalk. We'll have
Yes.
a bottle of this tonight.
Yes.
Some of this, relax.
Great. Little cheese crackers, little charcuterie.
Yeah, and I'll go back to the house and rub your back to sleep.
Right.
Isn't that a good night?
That is a very good night. So, I mean, like, your first take on it?
This is just
When
my,
I smell it, I definitely get the fruit forward.
this is my unhinged. I like the peppery, I like the smoky. I like it, it's not too bold.
I don't get peppery, but I do get dry.
It's dry,
Mhm.
but I think with my palate anyways, the peppery and the I'm getting the dryness, the boldness,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not getting the heaviness of a Cabernet, or the heaviness of a Merlot.
No, it's not quite that heavy.
No,
Okay.
it's an excellent red wine.
So it is, the soil to sip report for this wine says it is handpicked from dry farmed vines planted up to 55 years ago in Italy's Toscano Rosso IGP.
A little spicy.
Fermented in natural French oak barrels for 27 days, aged for 12 months in a combination of neutral French oak and cement,
Cement.
bottled,
Wow.
unfined, and unfiltered. So this is a longer process. And because the vines are older, they're
That's why it has that unique taste.
they also class because it comes from an old growth vine, because it has been under such loving care for so long to keep it alive and keep producing grapes over and over and over again. That kind of typically explains the higher price.
I can tell you right now, it is very unique. And you know, as far as reds are concerned, I don't know what year this is. 2018.
Yes.
Wow.
So the Sangiovese
Gotta buy some of
Reserve,
this.
it is $34 a bottle, so it's a little bit up on the higher end of the Scout and Cellar Clean
Our
Craft
new house
wines.
gets a wine.
I know, we talk about that every night. No, okay, so it talked a little bit about like what it pairs well with and everything else, but I want to find out, are there any fruity notes? It talked about like red, dark berries and stuff, but any particular fruity note that you're getting?
I'm getting dark berry notes, but really what I'm getting, honestly, I'm getting a peppery, I'm getting a dry peppery.
Okay, so that's probably the herbs, the like Italian herbs
Right.
that they're saying. Of course, they don't put Italian herbs in the wine. It's just the growing process,
It's very unique.
the environment that the grapes grew in.
It's not bad at all. It
The
tastes
type
great.
of soil, the type of grapes, everything is giving it those particular
This
flavor
would be good
notes.
with pasta.
You know, it also says it has a note of strawberry. So strawberry goes well with both of these wines that we were having tonight. So that's specifically.
What haven't I done lately?
Oh yeah, you have a fruit
What
of the
have
wine.
you done for me lately?
So it pairs well with pasta, Italian, and hard cheeses. I don't have any hard cheeses
We've
on
got
here
the
today.
cheddar,
No, but it's more along the lines of maybe like a Parmesan or
the locatelle.
yeah. But
You should've
some of
cut some
those.
locatelle.
I know, I didn't have any.
Get a brick of it.
I was trying to use up the rest of the cheeses that we already had. Because they're on their last list.
Don't throw food away.
No, gotta use it all up. So the ingredients for this wine are grapes, yeast, malolactic bacteria, oak, and sulfite. So got a little bit different taste than the lighter rosé that we started off with.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. I love a good bottle of red. You know.
Yeah.
Bottle of red. Bottle of white.
I don't know, you were channeling your Billy Joel. It's 13.5% alcohol, slightly higher than the rosé. It is 0.5 grams per liter of residual sugar, so much lower.
And did you notice that? Okay, so now we're talking residual sugar versus alcohol level. There's a different flavor. The higher the alcohol, there's a different flavor.
I don't know that I necessarily agree with that.
I know you have to agree with that because that rosé is not like overly sweet where you would think,
Not
oh my
at all.
God, not at all. There's not that. But this wine is drier, and the drier means more alcohol. It does.
Well,
That's
I'm
not
going to
dry.
challenge you to go back and look at the different wines that we've had. There have been some wines that have a higher alcohol content that are not dry at all. It's a scientific game. You play around with all these different things. I don't know that the alcohol content makes any difference.
Individual palates. It's your palate versus mine versus hers.
How strong the wine tastes.
No, it's individual palates.
Well, that's true. So it's 27 parts per milliliter of sulfites, much lower than the rosé that we started with.
Yeah.
Which I think reds typically are lower in sulfites. Just for some reason, for the type of grapes or the process, I'm not quite sure why that
dreamt
is.
about you last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I have to tell you later about my dream because it was a little bit unsettling.
About me?
No, it wasn't about you. It's about my daughter. It was completely random,
I
too.
dreamt a romantic dream about him.
You did? Oh, were we sitting like on a romantic beach?
We were at the place.
Oh, the hillside.
I found you.
You found me this time.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that means.
But we were looking for Mom.
Oh,
We
okay.
couldn't find Mom.
Okay. Well, but you know that she's there.
There's an ocean side. I want to start painting a picture. There's an ocean, like this huge hill.
Like a cliff.
There's a cliff, and there's this huge resort and like beautiful place on a hill. Big river rushing by down below with a road, and it's like we are at this place, and there's thousands of people there. My dreams, I constantly dream of this place, which I think is heaven. And I'm constantly looking for her and my kids. And I found her in my dream last night, but we were looking for Mom. And she was frantically looking for like my mother. You were like, we gotta find her.
We gotta find her. Yeah.
We gotta find her. And it was stressful. And I wake up, I go,
Oh, I know. I hate those kind of dreams because then you don't feel rested when you wake up.
I slept pretty good.
So anyways,
Keep going.
this is 108 calories per 5-ounce serving. It is 0.074 grams of carbs per 5-ounce serving. And of course, 0 grams of fat. I think pretty much all of these wines have 0 grams of fat in them. So
Yes.
most of the calories are
So you're
between
not
100
gonna-
and 110
Do you want a little
calories.
pizza or no?
I am going to have a little bit of that, yes. The carbs range, but typically, I mean, 1, maybe 2 grams of carbs or less. I would say
We are
most
very
wines
health
are.
conscious.
Yes.
And let me tell you about the cauliflower pizza. That's low-fat mozzarella. That's turkey pepperoni. Now come on.
Lots of veggies.
Lots of veggies, and my homemade garlic marinara sauce, which is all fresh vegetables. You can't get any healthier than this, honestly.
Don't mind if I do.
I mean, it's low-fat. Turkey pepperoni, in my opinion, Publix's is better than the regular. It's
Is it
better.
like Hormel?
I know. Publix's brand specifically, turkey pepperoni, is awesome. Oh, it was a great day today.
And we can just kick back and relax.
We talked to a lot
All
of
the
good
other
people.
days, it's just nonstop go, 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 go,
You
go.
know, there's a lot of good people in this world. I think there's more good than bad. I'll tell you right now. I talked to a lot of good people today.
Yeah.
They are really good, sweet people, and it gives me faith in humanity again. And just funny people. I talked to a funny guy. Him and his wife do wine parties. That guy.
Really?
He's 48. They live in Winter Park, and he showed me pictures of their wine party we're doing.
Really? It's like similar, kind of the same kind of. Do they
Yeah,
do they
guys,
rep
remember-
for like a particular company?
No, he
they
goes,
just do wine
He
parties.
just they did a wine party like this. They had all this stuff out, and I was like, well.
Did you show him the stuff that we do?
Yes, I showed him. I
wonder if he'd be interested in coming to a party so we can try these wines.
I think they are. Oh yeah, I got his name and number.
Oh, awesome! Well, I think we have a party scheduled for towards the end of September, a private party for actually one of the couples that we've met through doing our own parties here. They wanted to do a party at their house and
We'll do
invite
a
a
pop-up
group of
video.
their friends.
With their permission.
And I cannot wait. We have a lot of really delicious wines we're going to be serving at their party. But I think our next party we're going to have here at the Wine Garden is probably going to be in October. Because hopefully by then it will have cooled off a little bit more.
Well, I can't wait till the Wednesday before Halloween. We do the Halloween video. I'm gonna dress up.
I've got to bring out my old pal Frankenstein. My gigantic candy dish where you stick your hand in his mouth to pull the candy out.
You guys like that? When the kids come and they go,
Yeah. Do you remember the bowls that had the hand that came out and it was like when you tried to reach in to grab a candy, the hand would like try to grab you? Yeah. It was like motion censored.
Yeah, I love it. I love scaring kids. I used to set up like bales of hay. And the kids would come and go, bloody chainsaw.
Gosh. Okay, it's only the beginning of September. We have a little ways to go before we get to Halloween. We're trying to start to feel, it's still 90 degrees in the 90s here in Florida.
But it's not,
hard to feel like
this is
fall.
coming down. From
It
3
is.
weeks ago, three or 4 weeks when we did the video out here, this is definitely cooler and we're sitting out here.
The days are starting to get shorter, so the
Days are
sun
getting
is not
shorter.
baking as long, so the temperature
Yep.
finally starting to drop a little bit. So I think we are about ready to wrap this up. One last comment, this is a very smooth, very easy to drink wine.
Yeah.
So if you love your Italian food, this is a great wine to serve with any kind of Italian.
I had an idea.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing an offshoot of this from on our channel where we deploy some of these wines in a cooking video.
Okay.
Where I cook things, or maybe Michelle cooks this for you and shows you how to cook this.
Well, this doesn't necessarily complement the
No,
Italian wine very well, but
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
Okay.
about how you cook this, and then, of course, we're going to drink wine while we're cooking, but certain dishes, things that we're making, like this buffalo chicken wing dip, or cauliflower pizza, or my sauce, maybe we enjoy a couple of Scout and Cellar wines while we're doing it. We'll make a video, and I think it would be a great
at the
addition.
end of the video, we'll have a finished product where we can sit down and eat and enjoy it with the
We'll
wine.
splice the video, we'll do all this stuff.
Yes, all this stuff.
Our producer.
Amazing technological advances
Mr.
with all.
Producer.
Yes,
Our producer's telling us to cut it off.
editing software.
Yeah, our AI is telling us to cut it off. Shut
That's
up.
enough.
We're done. So anyways,
All right.
have a great week. Facebook,
Rumble.
YouTube. Like, comment, and share. Honestly, comment, share the videos. Talk to us. Tell us what you think, honestly, because we would love to hear from you. And the more the merrier. If you're in the Florida, greater Orlando area, we are going to have a wine party here at the Wine Garden in October, and we will post details on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
She will do it specifically. She'll create a nice placard, and it'll be an invite.
An invite.
You must respond. You have to talk to us physically, or you can't come. You can't just show up here.
And all of our regulars, you guys will be getting an invite.
Yes, all the regulars, you know who you are. But anyways,
All right.
have a great rest of your week. I know I am. I'm tired, but we're going to enjoy the rest of this wine. And go Powerball. I'm going to win Powerball.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See ya. Bye.